Well, hello, y'all. It's Latkaa, here with some Victoria 3. We are playing as Cape Colony here, and while we're in the red by, negative 821 pounds a week, we do have 427,000 pounds saved up. So I'm not too worried about that. Easily be fixed. That's not a huge deficit right now. But it can turn into a big one if we're not careful. So we want to keep an eye on that. We got an input goods shortage in the British market. I don't think any of my buildings are using silk. Doesn't really apply to me. Let's see here. Low government legitimacy, 8%. That's definitely not good. We'll have to reform here. We'll probably reform, create some radicals, which sucks, but you know what? 8 legitimacy is not good. Hopefully we can enact this before we reform our government. So yeah, let's get started. Let's unpause the game here. Now I got a few comments about the military, like, hey, you can abolish it because Great Britain will always come to your back and help you out. And you're right. They absolutely will. I have no need of a military other than the fact that I want one, Things cost money. Hey, there we go. That's pretty nice. Let's pause this real quick. What do we want to research? What do we want to research? I think we have a furniture manufactory, so why don't we research mechanized workshops? I think that'll be good. And then we can... I feel like we have some wheat farms. Yeah. We can use the fertilizers. Do I have any down here? 1. Fertilize, please. Okay. So those will start using that. That'll boost up our money. We won't have to worry too much. Let's pump up the speed to 3 while we work on some other things. I have a bunch of authority. Is there anything I can tax that would bring me out of this? Clothes and furniture. But that would lower the lower strata. So I think what we do actually instead is tax luxury furniture. And is there anyone for 75? No, it's all 100. Okay. And transportation? We could do that, but that's 200 or 400, and we have much better deals. Probably porcelain. Yeah. So we're going to hit the upper strata, but they have more money to spend. And then I think we got railways. Yeah, there we go. So as soon as the steel mill is built, we're going to hit that railway up. Who don't I have enough of? Qualifications? Capitalists, clerks, laborers, and machinists. Wow, that's really not good. I need people there. And qualifications. So there. We've used all of our authority. That's perfect. I know you get bonuses like enactment time, and I think it's, state construction efficiency. But like if you're properly using your bureaucracy and your authority, those bonuses don't really matter that much. So pump up the speed to 4. See if we can't get that steel mill. I saw an update came out today for Victoria 3 that fixed a lot of the crashing that was happening in like late game army mobilization stuff. So I'm hoping that fixed some of my crashing as well. One of the reasons I wasn't like actively playing this game a lot was because I'd get into the late stage and my markets would be booming, I'd be invading, colonizing, and then it's just like, ooh, crashing every 10, 15 minutes is pretty rough. But hey, by the time we get there in our playthrough as Cape Colony, hopefully there's another update. Hopefully there's another update. Let's check on what's going on around the world. Russia's being Russia. Prussia has expanded. Excuse me. Usually there's like a little something here. A resource boom. In Northern Cape. I like to hear it. Raw good industries in Northern Cape are reporting a small spike in goods productions at our goldfields. An extra stockpile being available in the state. Hey, I like that. What's that do? Increases all of our throughput in resources by 10%. Nice. I love those little bonuses. They're always really nice. But let's keep checking on the world. So Prussia's expanding. Italy's been bisected by Modena? Ooh. Chugged a little when I zoomed in that far. That made me real worried about crashing. You never know, you know? Day one games, and let's be honest, especially Paradox games, sometimes they have some crashing issues. So, yeah. But it looks like the United States has taken out most of the Native American tribes, leaving them a territory around Texas? Right above Texas. I forget what that is. Oklahoma? Yeah. And then Brazil. South America looks pretty much the same. Lots of wars. Let's pause this real quick. I think something happened. No, nothing happened. Lots of wars. Great Britain on 3 fronts with Great Qing. I think I'm saying that right. I asked a friend. Oh yeah, we're losing prestige. We have 40, we need 45. Let's pump up the military real quick. Line infantry. Cannon focus. Does that help? That don't make sense. We need 45. We currently have 45. It's still counting down. Vulnerable front. I don't care. I'm not involved in that war. Do I need to upgrade? Jeez. Look at me fumble around. See if that helps. No, because that won't force projection. Mobile artillery. Or skirmish infantry. Artillery, for sure. We don't want to become an insignificant power. That would be bad. Not that being in a hole is good. We have a bunch in reserve, but I would like to see a green balance, you know? Green's the good color in this game. Okay, so our steel mill is almost done. 9 more weeks. We have furniture manufactories in both Eastern and Cape Colony. The Northern Cape, well, we're going to build that railway. Let's queue it right now. That's very important to get this up and running because it's using a lot of infrastructure that we just can't get to it unless we build a railway. Can't build ports on a landlocked state. It is incorporated, right? Both of you? No, you are not incorporated. Not yet, anyway. It's been a few days since I've played. Been working on City of Gangsters and stuff like that, trying to build up a backlog that I can relax to. So, yeah, looks like... I don't know why I closed those so fast. Why did I do that? But I'm guessing Great Qing capitulated. In that, yeah, Bulungan is now a puppet of the Great British Empire. And honestly, who isn't, you know? Like, geez, look at this. Let me highlight the map. Doesn't look like a lot, but it's all the money spots. All the money spots. Our rank, 26. Oh, we gotta scroll down. That's sad. We'll hit 7 eventually. And then hopefully we can become a great power by breaking away from the British. But we have to really work our own industry, build up these ports, and really advance our bureaucracy so that we can export and import all the goods that we need to fund our own economy. Because I was playing a personal game a few days ago, and I won't spoil much or talk about it much. Spoiling something that you'll never see. Wow, amazing. But I was playing as New South Wales. I got everything together, and then I broke away, declared independence. And well, once you know it, my economy collapsed because I was no longer part of the British economy, the British market. And I didn't have the fleets necessary to enact all the trading that I would need to fund and support my own market. So it just fell apart. So we'll be a little more careful, you know? A little more careful in this playthrough that I'm recording for all of you. It's kind of why I've been playing games on my own, is because I want to do all these things, all these cool things for y'all. And I don't want to mess it up. So we got our steel mill. It's using iron and coal. Perfect. Perfect. How much coal do I make? 55, and steel uses... I don't know why I clicked those two. Steel, please. Uses 39. I have no iron right now because... I do have iron. Last time I looked at this, I thought we didn't have enough people working there because everyone was working in the dang old gold fields. But hey, that's pretty nice. What are we making? Porcelain? We are. We're consuming 13. Okay. It's not too bad. The furniture, we're working on mechanized workshops right now. Is our resource. Technology resource. Not too shabby. You know, if we can keep this under 1,000, that's pretty nice. Yeah. Green is the right color, you know? Green's the color of good in this. Tooling workshops. Pig iron? Yeah. I think iron's tanked in price now. Yeah, we can do that instead. And did I change all of my farms? I'm pretty sure I did, but hey, you never know. Maybe you forgot one or two here or there, Eric. Simple ranch. Intensive grazing. Who doesn't have intensive? Northern Cape doesn't. Do you have people working? No. You don't. So we're not going to worry about that. Yeah. This is going to suck until we get that railway built. So that's why we're working on it right now. Ooh, another industrial boom. Our furniture manufacturers in Cape Colony is reporting a small production surplus in industrial goods. We should look into investing this back in the state. Yeah, I like that. Boost the industry. Cool. That increases our throughput for the furniture manufacturing, which is doing fairly well. Probably want to expand our furniture factories, actually. Yeah. Are you fully staffed? You are. Cool. Yeah, we probably want to expand these next. How many construction sectors do I have? Just one? Okay. It's risky, but we could build a second construction sector. Why are you in the red? Transportation? Okay. We're back up there. Dutch migration into Senegal. Okay. Interesting. What's our infrastructure? 19 of 21, 7 of 9. This should increase when we fully incorporate it, though. So I'm not too worried about that. But we're building the railway in Northern Cape just for that. We might upgrade a port. Or, honestly, we need more bureaucracy to start up trades. Importing and exporting. We need some trade routes going on. So why don't we do that next? We got 18 weeks left on there. That's fine. That's close. And we got the Bessemer process for our steel mills. Would that increase or decrease our productivity? It will increase it. It consumes 20 more iron, though. Drives the price of iron up and steel down. It's a plus, but I'm not sure if it's the right move. We'll make it, but we'll see what happens. Population is high. Population growth is not as nearly high as we would like to see it. But as we get more migration in, pop growth will skyrocket. More people making babies. Okay. The United States of America has colonized the Windward Coast, the Ivory Coast, a little chunk of it. Everyone wants a piece of the Ivory Coast. We got France, the Dutch, and America. And we got, what was it? I'm sorry. It was a technology. I skipped it because I don't think it applied to us really well. I think it was sewage. Yeah. Yeah, it was sewage. So used to clicking them away in my personal game. I need to, like, stop and just read them out loud for you. Pop this up to 5, although that's risky. I've noticed that on 5 speed, tends to crash a little more. But we got that railway coming in. I'm going to pop it back down to 4. It just makes me feel safer. Last time this game crashed while recording, I lost 40 minutes of footage. And it was pretty... It was really sad, you know? It was really sad. Okay. So what's the next move? We want a government administration, I think. Or a construction sector. We're going to do construction sector. A construction sector. Pop this back up. And then we're going to expand the furniture manufacturing in Eastern Cape. And then we'll build our government administration here in Cape Colony. Diplomatic play started. Great Britain against the United Tribes. Did the United Tribes mechanized worship? Okay. Let's pause real quick. We got a bunch going on here. Diplomatic play against the United Tribes of North Island. Okay, the Maori. And then the war goal. I said goal. I don't know why I said that. Goal, please. War goal. Hawaii abandoned the United Tribes. Sad. Sad days. Rivalry between the Netherlands and a bunch of people. France and Great Britain. An embargo. Okay. Not what I wanted to do. We're enacting property of women. We just got our mechanized workshops. Let's do the water tube boiler next. And then once this entire row is researched, we should be able to snap up one of these real quick. Maybe rubber mastication? Although we do want to reform the government, one. Secondly, we want to get colony resettlement right away. We need to start expanding. That's why we need more bureaucracy as well. But we want to expand to about here for South Africa, I believe. Decisions. Yeah. So that's what we need to do. We're going to expand up, colonize all of this. We're going to have a little chat with the Zulu, Oranje, and Transvaal, as well as part of Portugal. So not really looking too forward to that. But Great Britain should back us in our play to take over these lands. And I'm not sure with Portugal. Probably will. But you never know. We're just not going to do anything. So let's unpause the game. Yeah. Expensive military goods, artillery. Yeah, Britain's going to war. So that makes sense. Unused construction, we not. It scares me, honestly. That scares me because let's do the furniture, get into a positive, do the construction, and then the administration. It scares me because I build another construction sector, and that's going to skyrocket this downwards. So, we're going to expand the furniture manufacturing. And we have 51 prestige. We can't let it go below 45. We are going to remain a minor power. We are only going to increase, please and thank you. Okay, so how's this working out? We got the infrastructure. But do we have yeah. We can do that. I think we can. 27, yeah. That's fine. And we'll make some money off the transportation fees. Okay. So, it looks like a solid plan for now. But what we do want to do is further increase our base agriculture and resources. I played a game personally in my spare time as New South Wales, fully formed modern day Australia, and broke away from Great Britain. And I didn't have the ports or the resources to maintain my own economy and fell flat on my face. So we won't be doing that in Cape Colony. Or at least we hope we won't. We'll be breaking away from the British. We will declare independence. I swear to you on that. But that's a long ways off. And also, when we do, we need to be sure that our economy will survive the split. So that's the main goal of this, is to form South Africa and make our own market that is profitable. That's my goal. That's my goal. A lot of other people have different goals, and that's cool. I think that's really the beauty of games like this, you know? Paradox games. You get to set your own goal. So if you just want to play as Italy, or maybe Sicily. I'm pretty sure Sicily starts off in here, but I could be wrong. But if you want to start off around here and just become a major economic power, you can do that without expanding, you know? You don't have to expand with military means to become a major economic power. Just gotta invest in your industry, dude. Just gotta do that. So we can finally... we don't have a large workforce, though. They're not moving in. They're all working at the iron mine. Do that now. Nitroglycerin. No, we don't want to let our people die just yet. The aristocrats are running the farm. Yeah, that's amazing. They're sitting in their chairs, sipping their tea, going, "Why isn't the farm working itself? Why are the cows not plowing the fields?" But hey, we're at +1. Plus 1,000 pounds a week compared to our negative 800 something when we first started the episode. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice if I say so myself. I really want this to pass. How much longer? Oh my gosh. 1858, 4 years, my dude. I didn't look at that. I did not look at that. I have to... There's no way I can... Okay, we have to reform. We absolutely have to reform. Okay, so industrialist? No. Does intelligentsia have to go? It increases it. Landowners? So intelligentsia is just by themselves 15%. Armed forces. There we go. Confirm. That's brutal. Lowers the chance, but actually gives us a reality of doing it. Instead of 4 years, it's 130 days? Yeah. Gosh, I didn't look at that. That's insane that it took me that long. And it was halfway done. You know what that means? If I had 4 years left on that and it was halfway done, bro, I waited 4 years to change that. Oh my gosh. Hey, it's a learning game, you know? You play and you learn, and that's the beauty of games like this. Wow, okay. Expanded Glassworks is pretty decent. Don't have a lot of capitalists, but that's okay. That is okay. We got this up and running. We're making money. So honestly, next building up is a construction sector. Artillery on the British market is pricey. Makes sense. Clippers will always be pricey, or moderate in price. They'll always be in the medium zone. I've never seen clippers go crazy. Artillery still. I wish you could just like... Because every now and then this really updates with useless information, and it'll go away, come back, go away, come back, go away, come back in like 3 seconds, and it's just frustrating. Okay. So Great Britain has started a make Dominion against Surakarta. I don't know where that is. Also, I really love playing these games because you get to learn so much, you know? Like it's a historical fiction game. Oh, right here, huh? Surakarta is right here. Okay. That's pretty tiny. But the British want it, and usually what the British want, they get this early in the game. Italy and Russia are at each other's throats. Great Sheen starts sides with Surakarta. We'll see if that manages to fend off the British. I doubt it will. I bet the British charge in, take it, and then they capitulate real quick. The Dutch East Indies sided with Surakarta. Really? That's funny. Where are the Dutch East Indies? There they are. That could make things tricky for the Great British. We'll see what happens. That's interesting. Portugal sided with Great Britain. Okay, okay. crooked connections. That's not good. So, frustrated with the lengthy legal process surrounding propertied women, Cornelius is of the trade unions has approached us with an offer to expedite the process, utilizing his personal connections within the state apparatus. Do we grant him permission, which gives us minus 20% enactment time, which increases the speed that we enacted on, which makes the church mad? What's the church at? The Anglican Church is unhappy with us. Very much so. And if I make them even madder by 2, they will activate something else. What are they? Yeah. I forget. Shoot. That's crazy. Yeah, they'll be super mad if I do that. But this goes plus 10% enactment time? I guess we take the hit there just so that we don't make the church activate its second negative card. Because right now it's giving us minus 10% education access. And if we make them any madder, they will hit us with another negative, and we don't want that. So we'll take the enactment time, unfortunately. It's just a hit we'll have to take. And it's not too bad. Not too bad. Furniture factory's almost done. We'll queue up the construction right now. Yeah, it's a mighty negative, but it is what it is. Everyone's declaring their neutrality as it's about to pop off. Hey, we got the water 2 boilers. Now, honestly, rubber? No. We do want rubber mastication eventually, because we're going to be expanding up into Africa, and there's a lot of rubber up there. It's a very good place to get rubber. So we will be wanting that eventually. What else should we aim for? What should we aim for here? Power of the purse, pretty good. Another port max level's really good. But I think what we want... What? Actually, I don't think. I have no thoughts right now, dude. Everything's going to take so many years to research, except for these. Just psychiatry and the philosophical pragmatism. I want identification documents because that increases our taxation capacity. But, like, it's going to take 8 years? I don't think so. What we're going to do is unlock pharmaceuticals so that we can eventually enact private health insurance or public health insurance. Probably private, just because while Cape Colony is a good place, it's not going to be the best place, you know? Oof. What's that? Minus hardwood? So war breaks out between a bunch of British and Portugal. Oh, Bali joined in as well. Against Surakarta, Great Qing, and Dutch East Indies. Let's unpause and see what they do here. No active battles just yet. But, Dutch East Indies versus Bali. Real quick, let me pause this. Let me, did we queue it? We did. Okay, so we queued that up. We got mechanized workshops for both. And then water 2 boilers. About you. Yes. Perfect. So we got that. We want another glassworks? Yeah, we'll do another glassworks. Because that seems to be really popping off. What's happening here? The Guangdong Sichuan front? Buddy, that's pretty bad. Okay, let's unpause and watch this unfold. Right here. No active battles anywhere just yet. What's up here? 12 battalions and expensive artillery. Keep getting less and less of an advantage there. Zoom in just a little more. We have 20 Great Qing soldiers moving to the Sunda Islands front, but we have 88 Great Britain troops moving in there as well. So it looks like Great Qing might get absolutely smashed there, as the British send even more, up to 92 now. And then battle will take place here eventually, I think. It's good that it's taking all place down here. Yeah, battle's going to start here, battle's going to start there. But it's good that it's taking place down here and not up here, because if Surakarta was to fall right away, it'd be absolutely slaughtered. We have advantage everywhere? And I say we because I am technically a subject of Great Britain and involved in this war. Great Britain absolutely decimating the Dutch East Indies, who don't even have a general there. Yeah, 500 dead British to 1,600, maybe even 1,700 dead Dutch East Indies soldiers before this battle's over. Yeah, crazy. That's brutal. And here, the British are being pushed back by the Dutch East Indies. Lots of wounded on each side, but not a lot of dead. Not a lot of dead. Also, no generals on the Dutch East Indies for some reason. I'm trying to click this battle, please. Portugal smashing the Dutch East Indies there. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Great Britain was defeated here. Pause this real quick. Violent suppression leads to increased discrimination. Radicals in Northern Cape seem to be getting support from discriminated? Discriminated. Oh my gosh. My eyes just completely glazed over that and couldn't read it. From discriminated cohesion citizens within the state. Cohesion? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. We say where they can and cannot protest. Plus 50% radicals. But the armed forces gain approval. Or we give them what they want, let them protest where they want, and we get 10% migration attraction and only 20% radicals, but the armed forces lose approval. We're probably going to let them protest where they want to protest, just because I can take the hit on the armed forces approval, seeing as how they're at an 8. And I'm really scared of these radicals. You know? In fact, I'm going to cancel some stuff here. I don't think I need that there anymore. Yeah. And we're going to provide emergency relief everywhere. which is going to tank our money, but also hopefully get rid of some radicals. So we've got some more battles here. The British destroying. Bali was defeated. Great Britain was defeated. A current battle, again, the British being pushed back. General Graham Farquharson? I'm freaking out about that last name, dude. I don't know how to say that. Absolutely getting demolished. From borrowed troops. British are defeating them there. Interesting. Lots of back and forths in this war. Oh. The British are taking territory, though. We'll see how it keeps going. We are expanding our glassworks. We are in the negative by technically 5. But also technically not anymore. Yeah, it keeps bouncing. Whatever. As long as I'm not in the hole by 1,000, I don't really care. So, we'll figure that out. Radicals are decreasing. But so are loyalists. We'll see, yeah. We'll see how far it goes. Oh. Did Great Britain back out? I don't see anyone. I don't see any battles. Alright, we'll focus on ourselves. And we'll probably call this episode here soon. We're at like 42 minutes right now, so... And I get scared of long sessions of this because it does tend to crash the longer you play. Hopefully that gets fixed. It's probably like some memory leak or something. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not a engineer. I like to play a lot of games, but I don't know much about what goes on in the making of them, as most people tend to be. So we're expanding no, we have expanded this. It is making a lot of money. Munitions, motor industries. We might make a motor industries. I think that might be a good idea to do. But we might also focus a little on our agriculture and resource generation just to keep up with industrialization in Cape Colony. But yeah. Alright. You know what? It just autosaved, so I'm going to save the game. We're going to pause it here. I'm going to save the game, and then we will continue on next time. Thank you for watching. I am Latkaa, obviously. Who else could I possibly be? You gotta be you. You know, there's one and only you. But thank you for watching. If you liked what you heard, if you liked what you watched, hey, you know, do me a favor, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. That's very mighty kind of you. And if you want to leave me a comment telling me how you feel about our playthrough here, well, feel free. And if you want to even go further, hey, I have a Discord. There's a link to the Discord in the description of the video. So, please, hit me up. But this is Latkaa. Have a great day.